Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For the love of scents, my name is Lynn, and if you love fragrances like I do, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified if I made another video. So today I'm gonna show you my Tom Ford Orchid line, and I think I have all of them or most of them, and the only thing I have is the special edition or limited edition that was released, but so far I have all of them. So let's start with the OG or the original, the Black Orchid. The Black Orchid EDP or the UD Parfum. So I have 100 ml bottles, so this is almost full. You can I don't think you can see the juice level, but this is full. This is my second bottle. I've used 50 ml already, and I decided to get the 100 ml. So this was one of Tom Ford's first perfume because it was launched in 2006. There are a whole bunch of notes in it. The top notes are truffle, floral, some florals, bergamot, Amalfi lemon, and mandarin lemon. Mid notes are orchid, spices, ylang-ylang, jasmine, and lotus. Base notes are Mexican chocolate, patchouli, vanilla, incense, amber, sandalwood, vetiver, and white musk. So this is very strong, very spicy, and very dark perfume. It is very incensey. You can smell the incense and amber in the dry down, and very creamy. This is a polarizing scent. Like half of the people love this and half of them hate it. They hate it because it's so strong, and it's not the usual mass appealing perfume. It's full of spices, so people who are not used to dark scents, they won't like it. They will hate this scent. But those people who are looking for a deeper scent, a darker scent, a spicier scent, they will love this. At that time in 2006, this is quite unique because nobody in that era created a perfume like this. And a lot of people hate it in the beginning, but now, the last few years, people love this now. And this is the kind of perfume that only a person with a strong personality can wear. So this is a bossy type of perfume, and I actually don't use it much, and it depends on my mood. If I need a boost of confidence, I will wear this, but otherwise for me it's not an everyday perfume for me. But I love this. I like to wear this when I feel down and I want some confidence. If I have an exam, or I have a goal that I need to do, I would wear this perfume. And I used to have a lot of backups before, and I give it away. I even have a soap, a bar of soap with this scent before, and I love it. I will wear that bar of soap and I spray this after taking a shower. Then I will smell Black Orchid all day and all night. So this lasts long on me. I don't know, I couldn't actually find the batch code in this bottle because I lost the box, or somewhere in my basement is the boxes. I haven't really had the time to dig the boxes, but because they said the newer batch is weaker now compared to the old formulation. I have old formulation. I have my old bottle was way back in 2015 or 2016, and I remember being so strong, and compared to this one. So they said, some people said it's already reformulated or watered down, but it's still strong, and it lasts more than 10 hours on my skin. If I spray it in the night, I can still smell it the following day. That's how strong, that's how good the performance is. Okay, so that's the original Black Orchid Eau de Parfum. And in 2015, they launched the Black Orchid Eau de Toilette. So the original Black Orchid has a glossy bottle with a gold plate and a gold ribbon. The Eau de Toilette has a matte bottle, black plate, and black ribbon. So I have only the 30 ml, and this the notes here are, the top are truffle, ilang-ilang, blackcurrant, and bergamot. Mid notes are black orchid, tuberose, and fruity notes. Base notes patchouli, incense, sandalwood, vanilla, vetiver, and lotus. So as you can see, the top and the base are almost similar than the EDP, except the mid notes. The mid notes in the EDP there is jasmine, and in the EDT, Eau de Toilette, it's tuberose. So this is definitely, when you spray the Eau de Parfum first, smell it, and then you spray the Eau de Toilette and smell it, you can see the big difference. So the Eau de Toilette is fresher, citrusy, more citrusy, and less strong than the EDP, and it is also brighter and also less spices. So this is actually more appealing to the masses. It's more mass appealing than the original EDP. It is lighter, it is fresher, and it has more citrus in the top. And the longevity here is actually less. It still lasts long, probably 8 hours, but compared to the EDP, it's less. The price also is also less. I forgot to check the price, but definitely it's about 3/4 of the price of the Eau de Parfum. Then just 2 years ago, they released the Black Orchid Parfum. So it's launched in 2020. So it comes in a gold bottle. So the Black Orchid was targeted as unisex, but it's more feminine leaning because of the floral. So most women wear this than men, but there are also men who wears Black Orchid Eau de Parfum. Now they launched in 2020 the Parfum edition of the Black Orchid, and this one I think they targeted the masculine. It's masculine targeted fragrance, even though it's still unisex. And the top notes here are, the top are truffle and plum. Mid notes are rum, ilang-ilang, black orchid, and the base is patchouli. So there are less notes. The top is still the truffle, but they removed the ilang-ilang, blackcurrant, and bergamot. And then they added rum in the mid notes, so there's a boozy quality to it. And then the base notes, they removed the incense and the spices. So this is less spicy and less strong. It's actually same as the EDT. It's more appealing. It's more mass appealing than the EDP. So a lot of people actually prefer the Parfum than the original EDP because it's less spicy and less incense. But the DNA, the Black Orchid DNA, is still there. So as you can see, people, orchid has no smell. So Tom Ford just created an imaginary orchid scent. So I think that orchid scent is the combination of the ilang-ilang, the truffle, and the blackcurrant. Like, you can tell, you know, when you smell the Black Orchid EDP, EDT, the Parfum, even the other orchid line, you can tell the DNA. There is the DNA of the orchid. It's something I can actually say what it is, but it's that orchid DNA, the imaginary the Tom Ford Imaginary Orchid scent. That is I think combination of ilang-ilang, some jasmine, some florals, and truffle. So definitely you can still smell the orchid DNA in the perfume, but this is less spicy and less incensey. And this is also 100 ml perfume. So this is a bit expensive than the regular, than the EDP. Okay, now we'll go to the velvet orchid. So the velvet orchid was launched in 2014. It's also amber floral. So I have the 30 ml. So the packaging is in purple color, and it has the glossy bottle with a gold plate and a gold ribbon. So the velvet orchid is the top notes are rum, the honey, and some citruses. Mid notes are black orchid, jasmine, and heliotrope, orange blossom. Base notes are vanilla, myrrh, and sandalwood. So I already did review it when I show you my part 1 of my haul, and I told you that I really love this. The top notes and the rum and the honey is so dominant, and the heliotrope, like, it's very powdery, and the base notes is myrrh. Combination of the myrrh, vanilla, and sandalwood is so good. It's also sweet, and it's pleasant, and also it has very boozy because of the rum. The other one, the Lumiere, which was launched the following year. It was launched, yeah, the following year. Oh no, 2 years later in 2016. They have basically the same notes, except that the Lumiere doesn't have heliotrope and orange blossom, but otherwise the top are the same and the base are the same. So I don't actually see much difference between these two. The only thing is, this is the Lumiere version, meaning it's luminous, it's brighter. So because of the it has less florals and more citruses, so it's brighter. You can smell the citruses more than the florals compared to this. And the only thing is, as I said, there is no heliotrope here, but I can still smell some powderiness in the Lumiere version. So basically they smell the same, except that the florals is more pronounced in the velvet orchid and the citrus is more pronounced in the Lumiere version of the velvet orchid. So I really love both of this, and the rum note is good. Tom Ford makes this orchid line so good. It's worth your money. It's not even that expensive. So this is the signature line, and it's the cheaper version compared to the private line of Tom Ford. The last one is the Orchid Soleil. So I still have, this is 50 ml. I still have more than half. So these two are 50 ml, and these two are the 30 ml, and those are the 100 ml. So this Orchid Soleil, you can see the level. The color of the juice here is deep amber color. It's the same color as the original Love Don't Be Shy, the macerated one, or the old formulation. That's exactly the color of this juice. And the Orchid Soleil is the one that is kind of far off from the orchid DNA, though you can still smell the DNA of the black orchid, but it's quite far off compared to the other black orchid and the velvet orchid. So this was launched in 2016, and the top notes of the Orchid Soleil are cypress, pink pepper, bitter orange, and mid notes tuberose and red lily. Base notes are whipped cream, chestnut, vanilla orchid, and patchouli. So the top, you can smell the orange. The prominent notes you can smell during the top, and the top is orange or bitter orange. Then the tuberose, you can smell the tuberose. And then the base notes is the whipped cream, chestnut, vanilla, orchid, and patchouli. It's well blended. I cannot actually detect each one. The patchouli is not too prominent. The orchid, as I said, that's the DNA of the orchid line, is there. The vanilla, the chestnut, and the whipped cream. Whipped cream gives it the sweetness. And let me smell it. The dry down is nice actually. You can smell the DNA, the orchid DNA, but very faint. And vanilla, the whipped cream, and the patchouli. A lot of reviews said that it smells like tortilla, and yeah, I can see why they said that. You can smell the tortilla, but this is sweetness and some chestnut. So it's definitely unique. It's not mass appealing to. You need to, all of this is not blind buy safe. You need to smell this before you buy any one of this, because this is not your usual perfume. But if you're very adventurous, you are into dark scents, you like those niche quality, even though they are designer, you should try this, and there's a high chance you might like it. So I love all of this, but if I had to choose my favorite, I told you before when I bought this Tom Ford Velvet Orchid, I was debating whether this will be my favorite or the Black Orchid. Actually, when I was smelling it again, I still prefer the original Black Orchid. So this is the first, actually this is the first Tom Ford that I own. I have this few years ago, and this is the very first Tom Ford I have. I think this is my first, and then the second is the Tom Ford Noir. That's my second perfume, second Tom Ford perfume. So this was still my favorite, the Black Orchid, and then probably my next will be the Velvet Orchid. Then my third one will be the Parfum, the EDT, the Lumiere, and the Orchid Soleil will be my last. So how about you guys? Which of the orchid line is your favorite? And have you tried this? And do you think that it's worth it for that price? It's not that expensive, but it's still more than other designer. And if you have all of this, what is your favorite? So please comment down below, and let's have a conversation. And thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.